And we are recording. I'm anxious to have Jason Sauer here. I'm excited. It's great. I love his work. I've met you years ago, and I recently saw you.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was at the gallery.
Yeah,
you painted in the space, and the dude's open lot that still just broke down.
Yeah, and do you remember? I was actually set up inside the studio to start painting. You were like, no. Or in the gallery, you're like, I can't have this. I just got, because I was using spray paint. And you took me outside. I thought that was funny because I made sure with the girl that set this up, that invited me, I was like, I use spray paint.
Yeah.
I was like, is this going to be okay? Yeah, no problem.
Well, we were really uptight about the space in the beginning. Just because I invested so much in it.
Well, absolutely.
I wasn't emotionally prepared for how much traffic we would get and how much just wear and tear traffic and how much maintenance. Because when I started the dream, I never realized I'd become the maintenance man of the dream. And sorry if I said anything.
No.
Trying to provide you a cool spot.
No, I thought you were really nice, really sweet about it. You're like, I can't have spray paint on my walls. And I was like, well, I was putting up all kind of paper, roll paper to put up, so I didn't do it. You're like, no, let me take you outside. It'll be better for everyone. I was like, cool. And I remember that because I did one of my, which I think is one of my favorite Dr. Seuss paintings that I did that day there. And shortly after I shared it, it sold. So I was a little sad to see it go because that was the first time I've done live painting.
There it was, and you got to do it for the street, Penn Avenue.
Yeah. There's a lot of great stuff going on down there.
Yeah.
And so, what got you? Give me a brief, like a history of you to what led you, because you're a full-time artist, right?
I am now.
Yeah. What like I'm seeing you painting derby cars, art cars.
There,
yeah. Like it. As I was talking to you earlier, you were kind of explaining the process to me, and that it's big down south. And now, like, I'm amazed by it because it's not the typical canvas up here.
Well, Art Car is a visionary artist. Visionary Art Museum there in Baltimore. Kind of encapsulates what visionary art is. It's like outsider art in a way. Art Car, most people affix things to cars. Like, so a good example is, let's say you smash a mirror and you just glue all the little mirror bits and pieces all to the car. And from there, you start welding and building and paper macheing and whatever you feel. There's a tiki car which is covered in bamboo. These things are very popular in the South. And I'm from, part of my family's from Texas, so...
So is that what got you into it? Like, I guess the traditions or kind of the heritage and the interest that's down south with having ties down there?
I'm very naive. I never search out my interests. It wasn't until 10 years ago that I actually heard the term art car. It wasn't until 9 years ago that I reached out on the Facebook and found all these art cars, 300,000 strong. I'm like, what? I thought I was living in a world where I just spray painted cars and did my tape, and now it's just one dude doing a lonely thing.
Well, see, the term came to me that I understood it was through you, from following you on Instagram and seeing the PGH art car, which was, because I've seen it so many places, but I had a private collector come to me and say, hey, I have an old BMW trunk I want you to paint. Do whatever you want with it. And I'm like, a trunk? He's like, yeah, well, BMW used to hire all these different artists to do it. I think Warhol was one. Keith Haring was one.
They just released one last week, BMW did, with a street artist. Escapes my name right now. I didn't memorize it, but yes.
See, I think that's amazing now that street art and graffiti is getting the respect that it deserves.
It doesn't look anything like my truck, though. It looks like lightning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to Google this and check it out. But
yeah, I was like, had such a chance.
Yeah, but I mean, have you tried throwing your name into the rings with that and being like, hey,
Yes.
BMW or any other?
Yes. Oh, I'm trying so hard to. I'm learning. You just can't jump in at the top.
See, I disagree. I disagree with that because I'm a person that falls on the lines. You can't say no if I don't ask, and that's gotten me into a lot of annoyance with people because like that's just how I am. I'm like, all right, well if you say no, it's no, but I'm gonna ask.
I call it failing from the top down. I start there and just keep asking until I find where this place in line is. So I've been asking the LeMay Car Museum in Tacoma, Washington, one more time. I want to have an art car, demolition derby car show at your space.
Well, you know what? Let's tag him in the video,
all right,
and we'll make sure it happens because I think your art is amazing. And
I want to bring 3 demolition derby cars as art cars, and then invite the entire West Coast, all art cars, party in the parking lot in Tacoma, and make a weekend of it.
How fun would that be?
Right?
Beer, cars, art.
Yeah.
Who knows what like any other shenanigans with that is going to be just a great time.
Right? And it's in the name, American Car Museum. I feel like we're there.
Yeah, I mean, like, now, do you consider the derby cars? Like, have people bought the cars off you to use them as an art piece or just a derby car?
The derby car I display as fine art. I've never once had anyone ever offer to buy it from me, but it's always for sale.
Yeah, I
this is the year we're actually making a car that's a permanent piece of art. That's a permanent derby car, art car. So we're going to California in July to pick it up. We just wrote a grant and submitted it last week. It's all consuming in my life, so I'm just kind of here nice to like take a breath from that.
You know what? I've never submitted a grant or applied for one. A couple other artists I know have done it, and they like you got to cross your T's, dot your I's, be very specific.
It's a business plan.
Yeah, I'm the type that just like gets in and does it, and I fail a lot, believe me, because I don't have the time, or I have the interest, but I'm like I lose interest in trying to do everything the right way. But that's it. That's just me, and that's why I'm not a full-time artist.
Well, we don't often apply for grants. We used to when we were younger, but we never got them. So we became jaded and bitter. And I was like, I'll just make the money. The time it took to write that grant, I could have made that money.
I can see that.
So, but this grant is an enormous amount of money. So it took us 2 months to write it, and if it comes out within the time and the money.
Now, your background, aside from the cars and everything else, you have a BFA and an MFA in fine arts. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Edinburgh University for my BFA. Then I started grad school there. Not wanting to go there, but I wasn't being accepted in the grad schools. I should have took that as a sign, but it made me try harder. So I moved out west, and I got a job working for a fine art print shop, where one of the main clients was Dale Chihuly, the glass artist.
I've heard the name.
So I got to make the prints that go along with the glass. And from there, I got the strength and courage I knew that I had to organize. Because he had a group of people writing books, he had a group of people doing videos, a group of people making the glass, and myself was a part of a group making the prints. I was like, all right, that's how a professional artist moves. Now I got to figure out how do I get to that.
And that's a long road. Like
that was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
I worked for Dale Chihuly for a year and a half.
Oh, you worked for him a year and a half?
I didn't work for him. I worked for the print shop underneath the master Kent Lovelace, who had the client that was Dale.
That name's that Kent name sounds very familiar.
Pacific Northwest. He painted on copper plates. He did rural landscapes from around the world. He'd go and travel and take pictures.
Is that where you got the love for painting on aluminum? I mean, that's amazing because like I'm always seeing these big, enormous, beautiful pieces that you have, and then it's like when I first saw painted on aluminum, I'm like, wow, like I just think that's badass. Like it's not a canvas.
That's it, and that's exactly who I watched him do it, but I felt copper is a part of printmaking. You make your intaglio prints from it. So as a printmaker making paintings on that made sense to him. But as a kid who grew up in a downwash and derby environment, it made sense to me to paint on metal. And then they got too expensive to ship. And I was like, the metal started getting heavy and big, and it was prohibitive for me to just hang it on the wall. So it's only in the last 3 or 4 years that we moved to aluminum plate.
Now, so you're getting big sheets of this.
5 by 10.
And are you cutting it yourself?
I have it cut at the factory, and then they ship it to me in a big box truck.
That's so badass. Like I love it, and actually seeing the work up close 3-4 weeks ago or something. Like I thought that was a joy for me because like I love the characters that you do. It's a very outsider art. It's very contemporary in a way.
It's Miami is what everybody says. Very Miami.
It is. Like the colors are beautiful. And how many layers of paint do you have to do on
It's just one. So I make the image on my iPad. Then I bought one of them short throw projectors with the big lens on it. And I don't have a space anywhere big enough other than literally the side of my house. So I have this like system set up on the side of my house that I just put these panels on, and then I put the projector on a stand, and then I project it on there, and then
that's got to be rough in the winter.
Well, I don't. I have my art is seasonal. What is I paint all spring, summer, and fall, and then I sell it all winter and spring because I can't paint it indoors.
Yeah, I mean it's huge. Like a lot. Like I think the smallest piece that I saw it might have been like 3 by 4.
4 by 5 is probably the smallest.
I think that was the piece that I really liked at the show, and I gotta say
that one sold. It was very.
I'm jealous because like I'm always trying to buy art, and I'm very kind of selective on what I buy because it's not that I don't like a lot of people's art. It's something that has to necessarily move me or I see an interest in and I find something like it pulls me. Like and that piece pulled me and like I really wanted it, but it's.
I should make prints. That's what I need to do. I haven't done that yet. As a printmaker, I should make prints. I haven't yet.
Your stuff is so printable too, like because of the colors. Like it's so attractive, and I think it would be so amazing to see on a wall in a frame that like if someone can't get the original or afford the original, I think that's why I do prints. I've sold quite a bit of prints, and when you got colors like that you use, they pop, and I love it.
I should do that. I'm so many other things I have on my mind. I make T-shirts, and I have so many T-shirts that I get nervous because you invest all this money. You're like, okay, I need product because I'm going to the thing. So I hustle the shirts.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's my print that I hustle.
Yeah. I love doing shirts, and like you said, you get so many products. Like you get all this an extensive amount of shirts, so many smalls and everything. You can't wear every size. I mean, it's impossible for a person to fit every size, and I hate having the overstock. I hate that. So I actually work with a print company here where I'll do pre-orders for so many, and I get a price set on so much that if I have a couple, I know that I'll eventually sell them. Like a popular size is large and XL. That's the most popular sizes that I sell. So like that's just how I do it. I do pre-orders on everything.
I sell a surprisingly large amount of 4X. There's big dudes that are feeling the most wanted.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, like, so.
Oh, here's a shirt for my homies for out of California. These are the guys I'm visiting in California. The Dolaras. So I got the LA because they're outside Los Angeles.
Did you do that? Did you design that?
Yeah, this is the car I spray painted on their car.
Oh, that's.
And then I did the marker drawing of the spray paint job.
No, you know what?
That's one of my mini hustles is selling these.
Are you selling those?
I can. I don't. I have my newest one out, but I haven't. That's my first release. This is.
Yeah, I like that shirt, man. I want to get one. At the show, I wanted to get the art book though too because I feel that's something that.
I got one out in the truck. If you didn't, you got one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You signed it for my daughter.
Yeah.
She loved it. She loves seeing all the images in the bright colors. The one that she liked, I didn't see a name on it, but like when you walked in, it was like straight ahead. It was a huge one, and it was. I'm trying to think of the size of it, exactly what it looked like, but she gravitated towards that, and I was amazed of how well she behaved. I mean, she's a 4-year-old.
Yeah, and that's a wide open environment with a big sharp derby car in the middle of it.
Well, not only that, it got pretty late for us to get there because my wife came home from work and then we hauled ass, and eventually like it turns into bedtime and just like a kid, she gets cranky. But like it was cool to take her to that, and when it was time to go, she was so sad because she loves being around art, and when we were leaving, she's like, "Can we go to another art show?" I'm like. I guess she thought it was like some festival or that they go on everywhere.
Did you show her your art outside?
Yeah, actually I did. Yeah, I was like, Daddy did this one, and then there was the one up on the across the street from the police station, in that big parking lot. Is the one that I did, but it's deteriorating from Mother Nature, and it looks like shit now. She loves seeing all of it. Yeah. You have a daughter, right?
I have a son, Rowdy. He's 8 years old. He just turned 8.
Now, how does he? Is that something you guys bond about on? Is art or
videos? Videos is our thing. We make videos. Like YouTube
cool.
Videos is our nerdy thing to do. He writes screenplays, and we attempt to act them out with Legos and stuff like that.
See, that's cool. Like. And I'm asking that because, like, I think as a parent and an artist, I think people want to see both sides at times. Like, I think that's cool, like, getting down and acting out these silly scenes.
Yeah, I gave him a cell phone as a camera when he was, like, 3 or 4, like an old cell phone that still works, you know? He's had it 5 years later. I gave up on that cell phone 5 years ago because it didn't work.
Yeah.
This phone, his screen is unbroke, and he's went from age 3 to 8 with it. And
it works.
And it works. So he just films day and night. He makes his films. And whenever he knows that we're going to ride to North Carolina, it's like a 12, 13-hour ride to go see his grandma. He'll film segments of his favorite TV shows. So whenever he's in the car, because he knows he doesn't have Wi-Fi, he can watch some shit on his phone.
That's genius, actually. That's like making your own YouTube in a way, like having your own library of videos for your enjoyment. Oh, that's funny.
I know. So,
do you ever find inspiration from your kid?
I do. Yes. I mean, I find my compassion through him. My wantings are changed. Because it's like, all right, him and his mom keep me in check.
I know that's
I get to travel and be places and see stuff and be a part of stuff, and it's happening on my car, and They are like, yeah, right. You've seen it before. Come home.
Yeah, yeah. See, I can understand that because like my one things have changed too. It's like I used to like going out and doing festivals, group shows, and now it's like I kind of want to stay home and be with my kids. Like, and it's not that I don't enjoy going out, but I really enjoy being with them. They're funny. I mean, they're kids, and what I love most about kids and that I've recently taken into my art is the no care. Like, if I want to draw or paint a blue cat, I'm going to do it. Like, it doesn't need to be like cats aren't blue. It's why aren't cats blue? So I'm going to make one.
Right.
And that's what, like, I love that. The no fear, the no care, it's just amazing. And I don't think you put your boy online either, do you?
I do a little bit. Like, he's in the videos, but whenever he wants to make the videos, and then as soon as we turn the camera on, he just freezes. He's all about it. And then as soon as I push record, he's done.
Yeah, I could understand that. My daughter wants to do what we're doing right now. She wants to come down and talk to Daddy on the podcast, and I got to figure out how to do it because I don't put my kids online. I blur their faces out if I share a funny photo. That's just something I've been with from day one. It's a personal preference. So,
my wife is on the internet, and so is our son.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. My wife doesn't even like to be online. She uses Instagram for hair stuff, and that's it. Because she's a hairstylist. So, all right. I was trying to go through your feed, finding a specific photo that you posted, and I don't know why I couldn't find it, but it was from.
I know why. So it's on another feed.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
On the PGH art car. Is that the one? Or
I maintain 7 feeds that I do every single day, but we have like 25 that. But I don't really do anything with those. I have 7 feeds I do every morning for 90 minutes every morning.
So you have 7 Instagram feeds?
Yes, I have 7 Instagrams that go to 7 Facebooks.
Oh my God.
And 1 TikTok that feeds 1 Instagram that 1. Okay, so I do this 90 minutes every single morning as part of my like workout routine. And that's how I hit the internet hard, and I try to be authentic with my content, and I try to make enough content and find enough content to fill those feeds.
Wow, that's a day job right there. That's because I go through spurts, and I'm like, I'm going to post, and then I'm like, oh my God, I just don't want to find something to post. So like, there's times I've gone days without posting because I don't have anything new, and I get tired.
It's better to do that.
Yeah, I hate reposting photos like, hey, this is for sale or stuff. So like, I'm slowly changing my social media presence and strategy. Do you like? Oh, the photo that I was talking about. I guess it was from Art Basel when you were down there in 2019, right?
Yeah.
You did an art car down there, I believe, right?
With one of the stickers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also got to paint live or do a mural or something, because I think there were some big names in this show that you were part of.
Basel House is my highest achievement that I've ever done. It is like the international graffiti art place.
Yeah, because they do it. Well, it's mainly graffiti in Wynwood, right? But there's also Sweden and I think Japan. I guess fair as well. I guess you would want to call it. What was it like down there?
It's as debaucherous as you would like it to be. It's traffic jams full of rappers renting out Bentleys and their entourages, ball players and their Lambos and their entourages.
Now, did you get to sit down and talk or meet anyone that's pretty
No, I ran up onto Stitches, the rapper. If you're familiar with him, no. Okay.
No,
I am a gangster rapper lover.
Yeah. I love gangster rap. I love old school gangster rap. You know, like some NWA, Ice Cube, like all those guys. MC8,
No, you have good taste. I don't.
but your taste. I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong or anything.
I like what is happening and popular right at the moment. I'm always searching that fresh new moment. So
see, I'm different. I'm so and I've tried my damnedest to get into some of the new stuff. And it's not that some of these guys suck or anything. It's not my flavor. It's not my cup of tea. Like I think Kendrick Lamar is somebody that's amazingly talented.
mm-hmm.
I personally can't get into his music. J. Cole's pretty cool. I mean, but I've always been when I fell in love with hip hop, and that's what thrives me with my work. It's like to the '90s, like from '86 to '90s, almost 2000s. Like I love that. I love that era of hip hop. That's me. And there's some new stuff that I like, but I'm kind of I guess stuck in my mind old man.
Well, we have music's always on in our house, and we have the cable on, and it's either on country or it's on brand new hip hop, and that's what the job site is as well. And it's like brand new country and brand new hip hop is the stations.
Polar opposites too.
Yeah, they kind of sound the same after you listen to them all day.
And I think the most country I've ever gotten into is Johnny Cash, and he's more. I don't.
You're doing great here. I am doing terrible. I listen to nothing but garbage.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's like you. I don't think you listen to garbage. I've put my foot in my mouth so many times to where I've spoken to people and saying they're wrong for liking someone. Where honestly, I'm wrong for saying that, and it's like if you like something, you like it. Go with it.
People make fun of me. The job site always has pop music on because I don't know. That's just how we do it. So I got a couple of helpers, Jack and Ty. So if they watch this, what's up, fellas? We have a YouTube series we call "Get This Money."
Yeah, I saw that. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it.
Don't worry about it. No, we have a landscaping company where I started this thing years ago. I just won't give it up. And I used to run a community service program called Learn to Earn, and I get dudes fresh out of prison, give them job skill training.
That's amazing.
So Goodwill started calling me again this summer about it. Long story short, I've been training young dudes fresh out of prison, like the hustle. You got a felony. What can we do to make money right now? So we're gonna get a weed whacker from Home Depot. And we're gonna get out on these streets and try to make some money. So I've been doing that for 8-9 years now, as something. I don't know. I never talked about that online, so I'm just telling you here. I won the award for best job site in Pennsylvania.
Congratulations! I mean, you should mention your accolades, and your achievements, because that's something right there. I didn't know that about you. I think that's amazing because you're doing something.
We do community service every Saturday morning for the past 15 years.
See,
we just pick up trash in the neighborhood, and we give college students. They'll dump off whole bus loads of them. Then I'll have them pick up trash in Garfield. And we're trying to build green zones in Garfield and stuff like that. But the people in Garfield know what I'm doing. And I don't have to put the shine out. They know.
Man,
but,
see that's.
But it's fun. So
that's amazing.
You're adding your friends that are lost, and I can always use a volunteer.
You know what? when my daughter's dance is up, it ends in the summer sometime for the season. I'd like to come out and help.
Come down for a second. It's only 3 hours. And sometimes if I got homies just standing off to the side, so if you just want to hang out and just watch, it's good too.
No, I mean if I'm gonna do something, I'd rather be a part of it. I mean I think that's amazing.
We last 3 years in a row, the mayor puts out an award for most trash picked up, And me and that spray painted pickup truck keep winning most trash picked up from the mayor every year by tons. By tons. We are constantly picking up. Garfield just needs a little bit of help, and I'm good. Like I said, when I'm beating at Jehovah, dude, I'm good at organizing.
See, more people need to know this, honestly, because I mean,
And it's
obviously you're a great artist, but like that's inspiring. I mean, you have a great art.
Here's why I have to be an artist. Because, goddamn it, I want to help my neighborhood, and I want more money, and I don't want to write them damn grants.
Yeah.
All right, and I want the big paintings to sell. I want to hit that next stratosphere where we can sell paintings for $90,000. Because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it right into what's around me. I'm going to give another dude a job, and I'm going to make sure that we are moving forward, and we'll get a house for them so they don't have to be moved out of the neighborhood.
So, correct me if I'm wrong here, because I'm really intrigued by this and inspired and amazed. I mean, that's a.
Sorry, I don't often brag about it.
No, please brag about it. This is awesome. So you want your success to make a ton of money with your passion so that you could put your money into helping other people.
The neighborhood.
Doing for the neighborhood. So it's solely not even...
The best project I ever did was we were able to buy a house out back when I ended up in the gallery, and we held a worldwide search for Latino artists, and we held the Latino Artist Program. So we gave 12 artists $1,000 each, and we let them live in the house out back for a month each. And they did their art in the gallery, and it wasn't just paintings, it was poetry, it was chefs, bloggers, DJs, tango dancers from all over the Latin world. And at that moment I realized that I can never eclipse what I just pulled off. And it was very thankful to the Port Authority. The Port Authority paid the rent. Thank you, Port Authority.
Well, what made you target or specifically look for Latinos?
It was our friend Tara who worked with my wife, who the two of them collaboratively with Tara's lead. Tara's from Brooklyn, and she's a Latino. So she was leader of this, and we just had the space. So we rented out a restaurant that had once went under for a chef, and she now still has.
See that?
So I had the insurance where I could
beautiful
rent the restaurant for a month legally and have parties.
That's so beautiful, and don't take this the wrong way, because this is what I get that people have told me. You have a look to you that is not approachable, like. But once you sit down and talk to you, your personality is not like. Because I always get, like, with the tattoos, when I had my beard and I have my shaved head, or from, like, how I'm dressed, I've been told, you're not approachable just based on how you look. But if you talk to me, I feel I'm pretty down to earth. Like, I'm not an asshole all the time. Like you got all the tattoos, you're driving this graffiti truck, this art truck, and it's amazing. But your personality is like really sweet, really humble, really caring, and like I'm just saying, like I'm surprised at all this, and now I want to go out and like do something that's good for someone else, because we do stuff like that. My wife and I. Christmas is something that's, she loves Christmas. My daughter loves Christmas. My son at this point doesn't know what the fuck it is. He just knows this fat guy comes and brings presents, right? So we like to donate the families, and like we always pick a family from a church or something like that. And like this year we got stuff from the church for books that they wanted to have donated to kids. Our chiropractor was doing a family, and when I saw something that said Star Wars on it for an 11-year-old boy, I'm like, I remember being 11 and wanting Star Wars, so like that was fun. And then the little girl wanted a coat, so like it was great to go out and do that. And then we also did do stuff for Children's Hospital. And I'm not just saying this to try to one up you. Like I get where you're coming from. Like sometimes people need that help, need that second chance, need some type of knowing that somebody out there cares that doesn't even know them.
You got to do it. I mean, when you have the riches, I just feel so lucky that I get to be an artist and not. I don't know. I'm a military veteran, so I understand that people in other places don't get the freedoms that we have, and I just feel it so profoundly.
Thank you for your service.
I just wanted to make sure. I feel like that's my thing I do is to help.
See, I'm starting to see that through your art now. I really am. I think everything you're telling me is very amazing. Very like now I want to go out and just go like find a homeless man and clothe him and give him shelter. And I'm like we need more people like you. We do because I think artists have a different vision than most people. Like they think differently and a lot of times it's I can do this. I can make this happen. If I can make people come to a show of mine, I can change the look. Maybe not the entire life of someone, but a moment. And I think you're doing that. That's amazing. What branch of service were you in?
I was in the Army. Truck driver. I joined with all my friends from high school, and we made a pact that we would go in as the whoever got the lowest ASVAB score. So our one buddy was only smart enough to be a truck driver. No offense. I love you guys.
Did you see any combat?
No.
Oh, that's good. I mean, that's good.
No, I was called up a few times. I had a night of hairiness that I got to do that I could tell an elaborate story for, but it's nothing. So
if you want to tell it, it's up to you.
No, it's not. It's not anything comparable to a real Army story. It was just I was in it 8 years, and there was a time when the Michigan militia was stealing weapons from armories, and it was just a night of, confrontation.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh man, that was changed my life, Army stuff. Well, the stuff I learned from the Army though was what I use every day, and basically I went in there and I did exactly what I was told. I subscribed to the whole thing without losing my identity as an artist, and it was fun. I had a ton of fun. I met so many freaking people from so many places.
So, I have a lot something people might not know about myself, but I have a lot of respect and I guess internal love for soldiers, people that go out and do something in all branches of service for any position, because it's honestly a job I'm not fit for, I'm not qualified for, a job that I don't want to do. I mean, is it out of fear? Yeah. So like I have a lot of respect for that stuff, for all the soldiers. Plus my dad was in the Army. He actually went to Vietnam. He stayed longer. He did an extra tour, I guess it would be, so his brothers wouldn't have to go. I guess that's how they were doing it back then with so many brothers.
Yeah, you could have a hardship story, I guess. And that's not, I think that's what they're called.
And it actually killed him. Agent Orange, he got it all through his body years later.
That is a horrible thing to watch.
Yeah.
Because it really tears those men up.
Yeah, and it's, I've never heard him even talk about the Army that much. I can remember we were watching some type of movie that dealt with Army. Actually, I think it was Tour Duty. It was an old TV show that was on, I think it was for like 3 or 4 seasons, back in the 80s and everything. I remember watching that with him, and I looked at him. I was like, did you ever kill anyone? Because I knew he was in the Army. Now, mind you, I might have been 5 or 6. First time I've ever seen my dad cry. He got up and walked away. He never talked about the military with me or anything that he experienced. And I think I deserve it. Looking back on it, I don't think that's something I deserve to know, because that's something that only anybody that's in those branches can understand and fathom and and witness.
Well, the thing is, you got to do it when you're young. Because there's no way when you get older and wiser would you ever put yourself in the positions that the government put the young men in.
I think we still do it now. I'm not a tree hugger. I'm not a peace love and everything. But I think war is stupid. I think a lot of people make money off it, off the sacrifice of those who care and everything. And that's, I think that's a shame. I think there's a time that we have to fight, and we should be fighting, to a time that this might not be one that we should be in. And that's just me. And I've thought that from almost every administration since I've had an understanding of what happens at war, like through textbook and everything.
Well, from what I'm told is we have to fight because there's people who want to kill us.
Yeah,
and we don't want to, but we have to.
I see that side of it.
That's what I was told when I was in the army. That's the standard.
Do you believe that? I mean,
I believe there's people who want to kill Americans, yeah.
But I think there's Americans that just want to kill other Americans. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, that's the human condition, right?
Yeah, wow. This whole podcast took a fucking toll to a whole different route. I mean, sorry about that. Or if you're okay, I'll talk about anything.
It's all right. As you know, the artist is the most dangerous person in the room. It's because we can hang out in all company.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true. I mean,
I can hear you. I can find whatever you're saying. I can hear your point of view.
And that's something that has gotten me into a lot of trouble. Is my point of view on things and me being very outspoken. I've learned to just kind of not say censor, but just shut the fuck up sometimes is best for me. And it's understanding and accepting someone else's viewpoint.
Yeah.
Aside from racism, I can accept someone else's beliefs. You know, like I can't hate someone just because a religion, a skin color, a belief, or where they grew up. You know, I can't do that. That's just not me. That's not how I was raised.
Right. Well,
because I used to skate,
mm-hmm.
and I used to go to these kids growing up. They had a quarter pipe, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Which this led to my first encounter that was sexual, but not for me. Underneath the skate ramp, there was like a little cabin that they built, and I went in to go ask the one kid something. There was a girl in there naked, they were getting on. He's like, "What the fuck do you want?" I'm like 9 or something, and I'm like, "Whoops!" I was like, "I like her." I was like, she seems fine, you know. But that and then I started seeing swastikas, and unfortunately they were all like skinheads and stuff like that, and I was like, I didn't know what that meant. So I remember drawing them.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Drawing this. I see it." They're like, "Where did you see it?" And I tell them, they're like, "No, you're not going back there. Those are not the people you should be hanging out with." Mm-hmm. And I was like, and now looking back on it, I was like, that was probably one of the best things they did. Which I don't think I would have been moved or persuaded in any way with them, you know, because that wasn't my mind, like my beliefs or anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. You find your way into these parts of the world. And
yeah.
You make your way through it, and maybe you digest that as a piece of artwork, or, helps you with your moral compass.
Yeah. Now, let's flip it back to Basil, because we kind of went off a little bit, which is great. Who are some of the artists that you got the show next to? Because I think Ron English was one of them. Or...
was it? I have the list in my pocket.
Yeah, because I think it was Shepard Fairey, Obey was there.
Yeah, Ryman Riss.
Risk. I remember seeing that. Risk is he said one of the best things I've heard him say, and it was saving Banksy. Did you see that film?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Don't take my." It was basically, "Don't take my art. Let me choose if I put it in a fucking gallery or not." Because they were taking stuff from the street and people were putting it in galleries and not being able to authenticate a Banksy or something like that. So I thought that was cool. Did you get the meat Risk?
I mean, kind of. How it works is you show up on day one, and there's a whole warehouse full of scissor lifts. There's a bunch of nice ladies, girls, running the Montana booth. And you've already been signed up. You know exactly what colors you're getting. You have baskets of your paint already packaged. You show up, you sign in, big group of people, you get the big talk. Hey, so everyone gets issued the keys to the scissor lifts. And there's an army of scissor lifts that just leave into the neighborhood to go spray paint. Pretty rad. I wait around a lot because I'm the last one loaded in and I'm the last one loaded out. So I am always on call because my car's on a trailer. So I got to hang on the back lot, and I learned so much from the dude Indelible Funk and Gloss Black. Mecro is what you probably know him as. Those guys spray painted an Atlanta freight trailer, and I just humbly spray painted my little derby car, thinking I'm in the presence of because to be chosen to be there, you are you're up here somewhere.
I mean,
and I have totally left flanked and undercut or whatever I've done to get the attention. So what I did 4 years ago was I took a spray painted car down there on the trailer, not being in a fair, not being in Basil House, not being in anything, and I did the thing that you're not supposed to do. I just drove around for an entire week and just wasted gas, dragging the derby car that I had painted look like Ohio State behind that truck. And I just pulled up into traffic behind the rappers and everybody else. And I had already worked out these moves and these deals. And the one dude actually saw me. 3 days later, I got a text I saw you out there working it in traffic. And from there, I was able to make those moves that one does.
Yeah.
And,
but you know what? Sometimes going against the so-called rules is the best way to go. Because, I mean, I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
That's just me.
And I have gotten in trouble for that. Oh my gosh. I did that year one twice. In my year one, so the next year I got painting in a show, and I didn't get a derby card that year. But I got a live art performance. And they're like, hey, we want you to bring some of your metal, we want you to spread some sparks. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring a model. They're like, that's great, as long as she doesn't show nipples or whatever, everything's fine. I show up, got my big sculpture set up on stage, and I'm going to grind off with a big grinder. The model cancels on me, whatever. I call my gallery dude, and he's standing in front of me. He calls the talent agency. I guess this is how one orders a person to dance in front of your sculpture. So, so this is what we did. So she showed up in this graffitied jumpsuit onesie and took everything off while I hit it with a grinder and went really well. And then she just kept taking off, and I had enamel paint out, and we covered her in enamel paint, and then before you knew it, it was like this thing only lasted 2 minutes.
Yeah.
In 2 minutes, we went from VIP to naked. I'm shirtless, covered in paint. She's covered in paint, naked. And now I'm like, I think it's time to wipe you off. I think we did it.
Yeah,
we did it. So I'm wiping her off, and people are just waiting in line to talk to us. Like, what the fuck did we just watch? What was this? I'm like, we're making art. So I clean her off. I had to hustle her away from some dudes. They were like, whatever. I'm like, so I buy her a drink. We finish up everything. It goes well. owners, promoters are like, okay, okay, we did ask for this, I guess. Next morning, they're like, hey, that was great. We want to put you on at the very end of the show. Like, how can you top that? And I'm like, fucking right, I'm catch it all on fire. All right, so now it's Saturday, because this happened on Thursday. Now it's Saturday, and they're like, no. So, no, we're just taking down the live art stage. And that's it. So I feel bad for whoever was up for Sunday. But what it ended up being like old ladies doing watercolors. It wasn't a live art stage as they had sold it to me. So I showed up year one not knowing what their live art stage was.
Oh, so
I showed up as a Pittsburgh artist.
yeah,
God,
you brought a little bird to him.
I was like, this is how we do it in my town.
Yeah. Fuck around and you have fun, right? That's right. What it's about.
So I'm at year 3 or 4 now. And we moved on past that.
Yeah.
But now they're mad at me because in a Pittsburgh fashion, I had a 30-pack under my arm, and I would just walk around handing out beers, and I was that guy passing out beers, begging people to come look at his painting.
Yeah.
And they're like, now that's what I'm most in trouble for.
See, like that is a Pittsburgh thing because I know I've been to so many Steeler games, and it's like you can walk around and be like, "Hey man, you got a beer?" Or people be like, "Take a beer." Like like you go to a stadium, drink a beer on your way there. Like
exactly.
I've had people do it. I've gotten out of my car, put it in park, and given the car behind me a beer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little drinking and driving doesn't hurt, right? I mean, like
when you're pulling into the parking lot, exactly.
Yeah, that's. I mean, this was on the parkway. Like,
oh yeah, when you are parked.
Yeah. Like I literally threw it in park and was like, I'll put my beer down, and I mean,
well, that's Steelers tradition. It
really is, I've gone away from football and sports. I'm full-fledged, all Star Wars, all art, all family life. Now, the show that I went to was amazing. Where else are you showing locally? Like where can people go and see your art?
Well, I think some of the paintings from the show are going to Glassworks Gallery in Southside. Those Gian is selling really expensive glass. They're functional pieces, but they're $5,000, $6,000, $8,000, $10,000. These pieces of glass, so it's a high-end glass gallery.
Okay,
and there's a Baron batch there, and they're gonna have me put my painting over top of it.
Nice. Nice. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah.
But he hasn't answered the phone, and they're like, it needed touched up. It's falling. It's a crumbly wall, and they're like, the spot isn't holding it. So they asked me to come and bring that show down there.
Hey,
I'm gonna be showcasing my graffitied tractor April 4th in Sharpsburg at the Hitchhiker Brewery. I'm making a painting on a tailgate for them to be put in their brewery.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing something April 2nd.
Yeah.
With Hitchhiker up in Mount Limited.
Nice.
Yeah, they're gonna showcase my art up there, and I'm painting. I guess their beer menu that they have. I'm gonna be kind of redoing it. Yeah.
Good. Are you working with Gary?
Yes. Yeah. He's a nice guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got to call him back and start talking details for it. I posted an event up in there because I saw at your show, the one thing I try not to do is I was mingling with people. Mm-hmm. I don't like to put out there that I'm an artist too, because it's I'm not trying to sneak shark attack it's someone's thing. I'm not there promoting myself. I'm there to enjoy. But I saw Joe that owned the warehouse
mm-hmm.
and everything. He told Gary about my work. Mm-hmm. And as we were there, I was eating one of those empanadas. Did you eat one of those?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude! Those were fucking fire.
Yeah,
I had that and the huevos rancheros,
mm-hmm.
and I was surprised my daughter ate both. But Yeah. He put me in contact with him. He started looking at my work, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do something."
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I guess April 2nd, I'm gonna be up there doing this, and then he wants to take it down to almost hit all the breweries locations in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't want to take it to Sharpsburg now if your work's going to be there because I'll tell you now,
I have a painting that's going up behind the bar.
Okay. Well, the reason I say that is because like your work's that great.
No.
Like
I'm doing something new that I haven't done in a very long time, so I'm bringing something back from way back, and so it'll feel comfortable. It'll be fun.
So I have 2 questions for you. Who are some of your favorite artists that start to inspire you right now?
Well, my go-to is always John Chamberlain, the sculptor. He took car crashes and made them into sculptures, fine art. Very thankful for him. And then, I have this career where I spray paint cars. And what I've learned is I need to start learning all the techniques because there's so many cars to be spray painted that I have the opportunity to learn this craft like inside and out.
Yeah.
Just over and over and over and over. So I am learning and I screenshot so many things that I want to try.
Yeah.
And so I have this whole list of screenshots that I'm trying. So that's just basically the number one hits of whatever you find on Instagram. But as an artist, someone who I'd want to study, I like Diego Rivera.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
Diego Rivera could be described as a communist from Mexico who painted during the revolution, but it had been like the 1930s. You would have known him as Frida Kahlo's husband, with the eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, her husband at the time was way more famous than her.
Okay,
and he painted murals about community, Mexican community, but they were very communist and socialist in a way, because at the time, during that time period, we didn't know if democracy, socialism, those things were like being danced around. So during the Works Progress Administration in America, the W, where they put artists to work, in the 30s and 40s, Rockefeller had a mural painted. And when this guy painted murals, he did them as frescoes. So there was cement being applied, and then he's painting into wet cement as the wet cement goes up the wall.
Oh, that's sick.
So he painted a mural of basically Ford and the factory program and this industrialization of America, but many figures in the space were communists, so Stalin and whom else were in these figures. And Rockefeller says if he doesn't change it, like, we're not funding this project, we don't fund communism. And he showed up one day, Diego showed up one day, and they were jackhammering with the jackhammer, just taking the plaster right down off. And it was enormous. It's like 3 stories, so they're just like... So it's like near realism, but in a stylized way. Mm-hmm. I like him because of that. I don't need the politics as so much, but I'm okay with the politics. I don't need all the other stuff. I like it as the same way I like religious paintings.
I love religious paintings.
I like that people, before the time of internet or whatever, people would travel to see these paintings. Mm-hmm. And I like that humans travel to see paintings. Yeah,
see, what I love most about religious paintings is you see their belief, their passion, their the way they understand something, the way that they see an angel, a god, like what comes to their mind. Like I think because if you look at some of them, they all look way different, mm-hmm. but they have a similarity. Like, oh, the angel has a wing and a halo and stuff. But I love religious paintings. When I go to church, I love seeing all the the different types of, I guess, pictorial images that they have there, where they teach Sunday school. And I've actually taught Sunday school a few times, which is fucking wild for me because, like, I'm trying not to be me. I'm trying to be like a different father I am to my kids because, like, when I'm with my kids, I'm pretty free with stuff, and I'm trying to be less of that because of language and stuff. I mean, I don't go around dropping F-bombs all the time, but they come out. But in this area, they have 12 or 14 pictures of what Jesus looks like from around the world. And I'm like, that is so cool. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah, the church years and years ago, I guess, had somebody draw these, and or they got them off of someone that drew them, and I think it's like really cool. And like every time I go in there, I'm like, this is what this region or this ethnicity and geographical area thinks what Jesus looks like. And I'm like, that is so cool because they're not one is the same.
But yeah, that's really awesome. I'm always moved by the religious art, man.
It is very moving. It is. I love it. I've dabbled in a little bit of it. I think some of my pieces last year have shown it, but there's some pieces that I've done that you would know that is part religious. So,
hold on before we change that. With my family, we go to the really artsy churches in Pittsburgh. So we go to the church that Warhol went to.
Oh, nice.
See those paintings. That is by Jackson Run underneath the bridge before Squirrel Hill. It's down there. Then we go to the Max Flanco murals there across the river from Lawrenceville. It's in Millvale. Those murals are incredible. Like, Jesus is being stabbed by bayonets, blood everywhere. This is like the most crazy murals for a church ever. If you get a chance, you should go.
Yeah.
It's really intense.
No, I'm gonna have to. I want to go see these now.
And then the third one is the one on Troy Hill, and it has the most relics. A relic is a certified something of history of religious value.
Yes.
Certified by the Pope, whatever. So this church has, some sort of record amount. But Max Flanco, those murals are just intense. They're made by like Hungarian immigrants or something, and they're talking about the mechanized war of World War One, and it was just, it's intense.
I'll probably go back and listen to this, and I'll probably text you, be like, give me those again.
I'll give you those three churches. It's a good tour, so you just do those. And then we do the church tours for Lent, because we do Fish Fridays. As a family. There's so many in Pittsburgh.
See, in the fish fry I go to, because it's local, it's right down the street from me. I get it every year, and every year I fucking bitch about it because it's just not good. But I'm there to support,
Yeah.
They make halushki.
Right.
I'm Polish. Big part of my childhood. Big part of my life now. I love halushki. I love pierogies. You can't fuck up halushki and pierogies. Like, you can't. Like, it's horrible. It's so...
That's what we come for.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
I don't really come for that piece of fish. I really come for the sides.
Yeah, like, their mac and cheese is horrible. Like, it's gone downhill. Like, if you're going to have those on a menu, you know what? Go find a Pollock. Go find a hunky and be like, look. And I'm saying those terms because that's what I am, okay? like you got to find those people that know how to do it. If you put my mom in the kitchen and be like, hey, can you make some halushki? She's going to kill it every time, and every time you're going to love it. And it's going to be nothing but salt, pepper, and probably 16 pounds of butter.
Let's say it better be butter.
Yeah, you got to have butter.
That's all it is.
And that's, like, if you're going to do something like that, you got to do it right. Like, I want my fish to be crispy. Like, when I break it, I want a little bit of a snap from that breading. I don't want it soggy. I don't want it soft. I want, like,
It's got to be bigger than a plate.
Yeah,
or I'm pissed.
Yeah, right. It's got to be big, and it's got to be rock hard. It's like almost like a porno for food. You know, like you want it rock hard. You want it bigger than you expect it, and just
you want the buns on top of the pile.
Yeah,
you got the second plate of sides.
Yeah, and have some good coleslaw.
Definitely.
Yeah,
that's what we come for.
Yeah.
So you mentioned everything that we go there for.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna have I should have your family over here and have my mom make a hunky meal.
My wife loves everything that you just listed.
Let's make it happen, man. This summer,
coleslaw right there.
I think I'm gonna have an artist cookout this year. I'm gonna tell my wife, and I got 2 big dogs upstairs, so I hope everyone's okay with that. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna have a cookout. I'm gonna plan it. We'll grill. We'll have all kind of food.
That sounds good.
Now, a closing question that I want to ask is that was recently asked to me and my last guest on a podcast. How can art help the world, and how can it be positive for everyone, but also be negative? Where do you see that?
How can art be positive and negative?
Not the same piece. Like art going out there that's you see it, oh fuck, that's cool. It just makes you happy. And then you see a piece of art and you're like, oh man, that's fucked up.
Well, I guess we'll use an example of myself. That way the story goes all right. In the demolition derby world, they don't know anything about art. But they follow me.
Mm-hmm.
They see I'm taking my car to the Basel House to Miami. This year, the banana taped to the wall sold twice for $120,000 each one, and then the third time for $150,000. It had an artist come in, eat the banana off the wall. So that banana, in all its conceptual artness, made its way to Middle America, where the local news, where my demolition derby buddies watch, finally heard the words that I've been telling them on the internet, that, hey, he's at Miami at this Art Basel, and here's this banana being sold.
Yeah.
So it was nice to feel vindicated all the way across America that they saw that I was there making art. So it was good promotion that the word Art Basel, Miami, art, whatever, the damn banana, and it pissed off so many people.
Oh, actually, I have a piece in here that instead of a banana, it's a yellow tube of paint taped to a canvas board.
Right?
I think it's hilarious.
I saw the ones that are being burned. We were there on the ground when it was happening. This dude had a shit ton of them taped to the window of this restaurant. He had a dude outside, had bananas taped to himself, and he was just selling bananas for $100 a piece, or at least he was attempting to.
Yeah. See that? They're just trying to capitalize on something else, which is in the moment, which like I'm seeing right now through Kobe Bryant stuff. People are just like, I'm going to make a Kobe Bryant painting. I'm going to sell it for a ton of money. It's like now's not the time. Like, maybe you should have done that a while ago.
Well, you're always going to be competing against that.
Yeah.
And it's how. I can't stop it.
Yeah.
There's no way I can. I just want to be. I'm just hoping that 50 years from now, when that I had enough, that they write about what I did, not what they did.
I think every artist wants their recognition, their spot in this page of a book that never ends. Like that. That's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying I want millions. I mean, that'd be great, but I think it'd be nice just to be like, when someone says Bob Fryer, like, he was a father, he was a husband, he was an artist. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that would be.
Yeah.
I want to get recognized for my passion, whether it be good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
If I do good work or not, I just want to be recognized of what I am. And I'm an artist. And I know that's what you are, because your shit's killer.
Well, we're doing the same thing, man.
We got that same passion.
Yeah, it's you're getting there, and we're getting there, and there's just so many windows to crash through on your way.
Yeah, and there's so many great artists to meet because this city's filled with them. There's so many talented artists.
There we are,
and it's in all forms.
That's what drew me to the city. I love it. I love it for its art.
But they don't want to pay art prices. Some of them.
You gotta hit the road, man.
Yeah, I know. That's my goal is this year to go out and do somewhere different.
Start with festivals.
I've been in so many festivals. Here's the thing that bothers me about festivals. You got bands that get paid to play. You got breweries to come in and basically at no charge and to sell their beer because it helps bring people in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think artists, visual artists, painters get the respect and basically just the respect that they deserve. I think there are times like the artist should be paid to be there too because the festival is definitely there for all aspects in some way. Like I would love to see more artists get paid to go places and paint and do work rather than give up their time, their money to go and be there.
Right.
And that's my opinion. I believe me.
All of this is built off the back of artists. We're the ones that funkify it. We're the ones that put in the sweat equity. Everyone else gets paid but us.
Yeah.
we make a place beautiful. But positive side of all those festivals, it's where I cut my teeth to the story I'm telling.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really, really just said the story so many times that I was really good at getting it abbreviated and most economical use of words to capture what I was trying to sell to them.
Yeah.
Basically, I was there to smash a car.
Yeah.
Why? What is this? So let me tell you about why we smash a car.
Yeah, yeah, and see, that's great. I think every person and every artist their story is so different. Of how they got into it, why they got into it, what they're doing with it. I feel it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's true. It's a fun journey.
Yeah,
and that's what I like about it instead of sports, is we can do this till we're 80.
Yeah, I mean, if I live to 80, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I never thought I'd live this long. So.
Yeah, I'm amazed I'm still alive.
Right.
All right, well, you know what? It's been great having you here. I've learned so many positive things about you, like that I wouldn't have thought. Like I outside of the artist respect I have for you, I have so much more respect for you that has grown further as a person, as a father, and as a a caring person. It's very inspiring, and
it goes a long way, man.
It does. And I'll tell you now, hold this to me. It's on video this summer. As soon as my daughter's dance is done, that I have a Saturday that I can come down. I want to come down and help. I want to see where I can fit in and do some stuff with you in Garfield.
I'll make sure there's a car there, and I'll give you a fender or something you can throw down on it.
I want to help pick up garbage. I want to do that.
And then we'll reward you.
No.
I'll have the spray paint. You can even use mine. Just come.
I'm gonna come help.
All right.
So, is there anything you want to tell the audience, the viewers, the listeners?
Instagram at Most Wanted Fine Art, but I'd really like you to go to my YouTube at Most Wanted Fine Art and please subscribe. That is where my passions are. My passion is video making, and because I'm the one that cares the most about creating my story.
Yeah, so, please go subscribe. I will do the best. Get me links. I'll put that in the description. Most Wanted Fine Art on YouTube. I will make sure to mention that. Subscribe to the man. He's an amazing person. He's sweet. He's a gentle soul. I love it. Thank you for being here, brother.
Pleasure.
And this is Jason Sauer. Go find him on every social media platform and subscribe, follow, and like.
Yes.